Rookie here. It's the Pat and JT podcast.
Pat and JT podcast.
As our podcast goes live this morning, I need to say happy 17th birthday to my son, to Bennett. November 18th.
In real life,
November
in real
18th.
time.
IRL today on Monday, the 18th of November. It is his 17th birthday.
Oh, my God.
Nuts. His golden birthday is next year. Yes, it's absolutely crazy. So happy birthday. He doesn't listen. I don't even think he knows that I do podcasts. But anyway, I'm throwing it out there to the universe. I almost guarantee he doesn't. Just saying.
Huh?
Right. And it's not slamming him. I'm not anything. It just is what it is.
It is what it is.
It is what it is.
Kind of a follow-up on a story we talked about Bennett. A couple of times now, we've talked about the underwear debacle.
Oh, yeah.
And you got to wear a different pair.
Yeah.
Let's try for every day. If we can get,
At this point, let's try for every 48. Every 48 hours.
Like to think there's a shower every day,
Good
but
Lord.
I get it. But what came out of that was, interestingly, was a couple of notes talking about, this is funny. We're gonna be able to tie this all together. Talking about the underwear, and then we had the survey that said that of the 1,000 Americans that were surveyed by the Tommy John Company, which is trying to sell underpants, as you know, that about half of the country doesn't change their underwear every day, and that there's a significant portion that will go 3 days.
Absolutely ridiculous.
And there are even some that the week will happen, and like some people said, okay, that happens occasionally to about everybody once in your lifetime at least. You're going to have that situation, but you shouldn't really use that in the results. I don't think that's fair. If you just it depends how the questions are asked,
right?
As we know,
yes, you got to pay
about
attention.
any survey.
Then
you skew the answers a little bit,
yes.
right? So anyway, from that. Do you remember Orange? Do you ever watch Orange is the New Black?
A couple seasons of it, yeah, it was awesome.
Do you remember the season where the girls were selling their underwear?
Yes, I do remember that. I think that was the last season that I watched, actually.
Okay, so apparently there is a market. And I don't know if this is just a wives' tale, like lore or mythical legends.
Have you been on the internet ever? There, of course, is a market for dirty underpants.
Well, that have been... I don't know, gently used, or is it depend how? I mean, is there different tiers? I'm not sure how that works.
I think there's a audience for everyone.
But when you search something like that, just careful. But
I'm going to do it while you're. Have you done it?
Mm-hmm. You come into this another. I don't know if this is a myth. I found an explanation for where it came from. Whether or not that's fact, I don't know. But there is always.
Do we have a firewall?
Not that I didn't pay for one.
All right, well, I'm going in, so good.
Okay. Careful. That there were vending machines in parts of Japan that sold used underwear.
Used? I thought when you had in passing, I thought this was a vending machine that sold new underwear in case somebody had an accident. They could vend some pants.
That's not what I was talking about.
Wow.
That there was at one time.
That is absolutely awful.
And when doing a little research, I wish I could get paid for the kind of research I do. Doing a little research, and I found out that really, according to one person, this is totally fabrication. What it was is that the vending machines are selling underpants.
Okay.
But they're using some trickery because they have all the stuff is written in Japanese, except for the word used. And it's because they are to appear used. So that's what the intent was, to sell underpants that appear to have been used. So they're actually manufactured that way. And I don't know how you do that. So with the wording on...
There's a little shading here and there, I guess.
I don't know what dye you use, but with the wording on the machines, which look like Redbox machines, by the way, with the wording...
Nice choice of words, by the way. They probably have those too, I'm sure.
I'm sure there was a focus group that brought that up at some time, don't you think?
Like raising
Come
their hand,
on.
like, hey,
I just want to throw this out there. Japan.
There is definitely a market for that, I'm sure.
But anyway, so that when they were selling those, and there used to be such a thing, but because the wording was in Japanese except for the English word used, then it was construed by tourists that they were selling used underwear.
Okay. Oh, I see.
That's what they're saying. So I don't know which one's true, honestly, believing that they were selling used underpants.
I bet they probably weren't
sounds more
selling
true.
used. I bet they
I don't know.
weren't selling it in a vending machine. I bet somebody probably will eventually, but online, guaranteed, just found it. I don't know if you ran across this site already. And I searched, and again, if there are children listening, there's a little circle arrow on Apple anyway. You can go 15 seconds ahead, maybe go 30 seconds ahead on this one.
Okay.
I searched, can I buy dirty underpants online? I Googled that. And sure enough, here we go.
God.
The website is sniffer.com. S-N-I-F-F. Oh, 3 F's. SNIFFFR.com.
Because I'm sure sniffer was already taken.
And it says, right. And buy dirty P word. I hate it. Online anonymously.
Are there like different levels? Or is it just kind of a one size fits all kind of thing?
know.
There's one price?
I don't know. There's also
Is it a membership?
There's a, I don't know.
Is it Underpants of the Month
buy
Club?
used, there's buy used underpants. And it's pworddeal.com. Pages sell them, and you can sell them. You upload. It's like almost like Pinterest.
So,
Wow, I'm gonna get out because this is getting dark. I'm gonna get off of there. So there is on there. That's disgusting.
you should bring that up to Susan in your second
yeah,
season.
I will. Hey, ladies, got a possible endorsement for you. But you know what though? I'm not. Again, no shame in my game. If there was a market, if ladies were as dirt baggy as dudes are, and they wanted, if there was a market where I could sell my underpants. Done.
Oh my God.
Done deal. Call it leg day underwear after you go to like leg day at the gym and you sell your underpants. If I could do it, are you kidding?
You know something else too, because that would maybe encourage, if they did that for guys, it would encourage guys to buy new pairs.
True.
They say that you should not keep underpants longer than 6 months.
Wow.
And that's assuming you're wearing them weekly.
But why though? But why? Why?
Because
why do
regardless of the number of washings, there's still stuff. It's kind of like, they tell you that no matter how clean your water is, there's still stuff in your water, no matter how many filters.
Yeah.
Same way with your underwear and all your clothes. Depends. That's why you aren't supposed to wash your underclothes with the regular clothes. Because stuff in your underpants should stay in your underpants.
God, I wish we had a title. Our titles are so filthy. The stuff in your underpants, that's just a good rule. The stuff in your underpants should stay in your underpants. I mean, I guess, but that's just a lot of work, though, man. When you're
two loads,
busy life.
I'm guessing for you, it's 2 loads. Underpants and socks, everything else.
I just throw it all. We just throw it all in. Everything
but
on
you're
cold.
supposed to separate the underwear from the rest of the clothes, let alone colors or what they're made of. They should be separate. But then that taken into consideration, if you're wearing your underwear about once a week, depending how many pairs of underwear you have, maybe have your favorites.
Yeah.
They said that after 6 months you should buy new ones. But of course that's coming from an underpants maker.
Right. I mean, come on. Of course. Just like I think the filters on any filter, like in a refrigerator, that's $60, and it's every 6 months your alarm goes off.
Yeah.
I'm sorry.
I know.
It's a hard pill to swallow to go spend $60 on a filter.
It is, and it is in particular for me because since I live by myself, I'm like, well, wouldn't it go off a lot sooner for a family of 4?
Yeah, for sure. I would assume, unless it's time stamped, but I doubt it. I'm sure it's number of water units that go through there.
That'd be
ounces,
water, gallons,
or whatever.
Ounces, whatever. Yeah, the amount of water that goes through it would
you would think.
Yeah. So I have a problem with that too. Same way with filters for the furnace.
Oh, I've gone a full 6 months without changing one before. In my not my house right before, but like 2 houses before.
Okay.
I went down and the filter.
Did it purr?
The filter. I walked down in the storage room and the filter itself, when I pulled it out, it was like an Afghan. Like it was a quilt.
Oh my God.
It was thick. When I pulled it out, the furnace went. Like it had been holding its breath for 3 months. I don't know how on earth my HVAC system didn't explode.
That's great. Did you have pets?
Yeah, 2 Shih Tzus and a cat.
See, when I was at my peak, like one animal away from kennel license, I changed the filter every month. I did do that.
Yeah.
I don't know if that was overkill.
They say you're supposed to, but whatever.
But then again, do you buy the really expensive filters or you buy the $6 ones for a 10-pack?
I don't care. We buy the least expensive, whatever you can get, the cheapest. It doesn't matter.
I would imagine that don't you think the more expensive ones, they probably do somewhat better?
Probably.
Probably not worth the money.
No, it's probably not worth the money at all. That's why I know I met my spirit animal in Beth, because she like, when it was like, it was like 8 months into our relationship, I believe. And I think we had the conversation about, how, your filter, where do you change your filter? She goes, what? Yes, I love you.
Change my what?
And actually, she had like custom made ones and whatever, and she just like, so she was like once every year.
Done. Whatever. You can buy the big pack on Amazon.
Yeah.
Send them right to your door and you're good to go. That's it.
Yeah.
But back to the vending machines. Underwear is not the only weird thing you can buy in vending machines.
Okay, what else?
I found a short list of other oddities that you can buy. Some not so odd as others. But the underwear in Japan thing, that did land on the list. Even though, like I said, the rumor has it that the machines now have all been taken out of service, even the ones that were legit, just selling brand new, made to look used underpants, whatever.
That's actually a good idea in general to have underwear, like just generic underwear.
Have you ever bought underwear at Walgreens?
Yes.
That's about as close to a vending machine with underwear in it.
And
because they're open 24/7.
And they judge you when you go up there, and all you do is you buy a Clamato and underpants. One single Clamato and an underpants. They're like, oh man, you've had a rough night. Sorry, buddy.
I've had to do that. We were traveling, and I was like, I just need clean underwear. There was no.
Did you just throw your other ones away? Pitch them out the window? No. Wrap up in a towel and throw them in the trash?
No, I tried to dispose of them properly.
How do you dispose of them properly?
In a plastic bag in a trash can.
Oh, okay.
Okay, that's it. So anyway, just because it was just like it was horses, it was traveling, and the trip was longer than it was intended to be, and there was a lack of fresh supplies.
Got it. Fair enough. No more explanation needed. I get it.
Don't judge.
Totally get it.
Okay, other things you can get in a vending machine. Cupcakes in Los Angeles. That's not so weird.
I've seen cupcake vending, like legit big, huge ones that like Jones Bros would have. You walk up and put your card in, and
pretty cool. Burritos. The burrito box has plastic wrap pre-prepared. Of course, if they're pre-prepared, they're prepared.
Yeah, they're prepared.
It's like when somebody says, "I want to pre-record."
Yeah, recording is pre.
You can't record any pre-er. Anyway, Mexican wraps, at the touch of a button. They say they have chicken, chorizo, and roast potato. That sounds pretty good. There's only 2 locations in LA. Burgers in Amsterdam.
I don't see why not. With robots making burgers and some In-N-Out burgers on the West Coast, why not?
It's the same thing as a drive-through, but just a little bit
100%
right there. Live lobsters in Japan. Japan's got some hang-ups.
Yeah.
They say that it's kind of like the customers catch their own dinner by using directional buttons. It's like the giant machine that reaches down and grabs toys.
Yeah, a torture crane.
Sounds like to me. Also in China, they have live crabs. Same thing. Mashed potato.
Like it's like a soft serve, and it's just potatoes?
In Singapore, 80 cents into a machine at a 7-Eleven for instant mashed potatoes. You're right.
That doesn't sound appetizing at all.
You just get a little cupful instead of a Dairy Queen
gravy.
Instead of a scoop ice cream, you just with a little Dairy Queen whip on top.
I'm sure it's delicious.
On the last 2, eggs in Germany. I don't know how you make it home with those, but I don't know how you get them out of the machine in one piece.
Scrambled, maybe?
I can't imagine. It looked like they were fresh eggs. Like it was a dispenser. And then finally it was bread in France.
I bet that's awesome.
They have a bunch of fresh loaves. And you don't need to go to the bakery. You can just
love that.
So that's kind of a good idea. What else could you put in a vending machine? That's a thought.
Oh man,
not anything.
I mean, really, you really could put pretty much anything in a vending machine.
Put underwear. You can put anything.
Right. That's exactly. I was going to say this before we wrap this thing up. I noticed that small business owners, you did the most businessy thing I've seen in a very, very long ever actually out of us. Is that you walked in? Was it Friday? I think with a big box of industrial towels. Like, what are those, like, paper towel things?
You want to go grab them?
Like, you went straight to Costco?
No, I did not go to Costco. This was during my trip to Lowe's, and I was wandering the aisles, and I saw these, and because we have paper towels. Paper towels are expensive if you want decent paper towels, right? So if you want decent paper towels, you have to pay a lot of money per roll. And it's ridiculous, and you go through them so quick. These are they're called white
rags.
White rags, paper cloth, and they're almost cloth-like, and you can get them wet and wring them out and keep using them, just like the top of the line paper towels. But the whole box, how many of them are in there?
200.
$10.
So that's a pretty good deal. Yeah, and
I thought it was
just looks-
pretty good buck,
just
or a
looks-
pretty good deal.
It looks legit. It just looks very.
Getting
like,
started was kind of
background.
tough.
Right. Talking about reusing stuff.
When I went to open it up, it is very similar to the inside of this thing. I'm assuming is very similar to when we were talking about the jumbo canister of Lysol wipes.
Oh,
and you
yeah.
open it up and you search the eye of the storm to try to find that original
Right.
ground zero rag.
And usually you end up grabbing 2 or 3 rows and burning a couple at the beginning just because you just want to. You got to get it started
You're just
properly.
trying to get it started. And that's
Yeah.
what I was trying to do with this thing. And I couldn't find the beginning, and nothing was going to give until you found the beginning. But once you found the beginning,
It's perfect. And now it looks great.
and so now we have very professional looking adult type,
They are very adult, very adult and professional.
whatever, instead of using all those paper towels.
So what would you guys?
And
want
aren't
in
you
a
glad
vending
we have
machine?
Kleenex in the building too? That's another thing
I
you don't
never
think
use.
about.
I never use Kleenex.
I know, because you use toilet paper.
Or paper towels. I'm the reason.
Oh my God.
Because I can't. I'm serious. From the beginning of my life, I have never used actual like the Kleenex things because I don't know if I'm doing it wrong or if my nose is angled weird, but I always get shrapnel on my lips and my chin and my shirt. You know how many times I've gone out of a room and I have a booger in the middle of my shirt?
Nope, I
know
don't.
how- I mean,
I don't.
because you can't cup to catch and blow at the same time. It's impossible.
Can you farmer's blow?
Oh, I do that very well.
So you clear everything when you do that.
Oh, 100%.
But you can't clear everything
I
into
can
a
clear
Kleenex.
everything, but it doesn't catch. It falls through the down.
You're cupping it wrong.
And that's the name of our podcast. You're cupping it wrong.
Oh my gosh. Because we have clients that come in here. And it just happened to us the other day. Had a client who had the sniffles.
Mm-hmm.
And he just asked, "Do you have a Kleenex?" And I said, "Well, yes, we do. They're in the bathroom. There's a cabinet that's in there, and there's a box of Kleenex in there." Wouldn't it have sounded wonderful to say, "Sure, just grab a piece of toilet paper or ask Pat if you can use one of his paper towels"? I don't know.
Paper towels are much better. They're much
Actually,
better.
paper towels
They're
hurt.
much better.
No.
No, they don't hurt. 100% all the time, paper towels.
No.
They're more substantial. You don't blow out the back. And if I do have to use Kleenex,
Oh
I always
my
two.
God.
It's 2, 1, 2. I double it up. I can't.
Seriously.
I've tried to.
I think you're just doing it wrong.
I probably am. What's the name of this podcast? You're cupping it wrong. Oh gosh, that's so funny.
Okay, so on that
there
note,
is a lot for you guys to react to on that kind of
a lot
stuff. So
going on today.
402-403-9478. Text us. What would you want in a vending machine? Do you use paper towels to blow your nose? There's a ton.
There's a lot in
Don't
there.
search dirty underwear online. I'm just telling you. That's just a little PSA.
There's your PSA.
Do not do it. Do not do it. Thank you for listening to our podcast. It's Pat and JT, Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram, 402-403-9478.
Pat and JT Podcast, a Parkville Media Production.